right, let's get to our flashback from last year, the Heroes game. Nebraska played well down to the end. Interception right there. It gets picked off. Then the next play, LaShawn Williams breaks the tackle. This is the interception thrown, of course, by Chubba Purdy. It's brought back by Ethan Herkett. On the next play, LaShawn Williams breaks a tackle, gets them into field goal range, and they bring in the backup kicker, Marshall Meter, who makes the field goal to win 13-10, and Nebraska falls right here on this field to Iowa for that Heroes Trophy. Let's talk more about this game. You mentioned some guys out. We mentioned, the fact that Iowa's really the second best rush team in the Big Ten. But man, having a fourth-string quarterback, that's tough.
No, that's really tough. Obviously, with whether it was McNamara in the air, then Sullivan got dinged up against UCLA. And I was going into this game, but they had Sullivan. I was supremely concerned because his ability with the mobility and kind of the RPO game that were there with Caleb Johnson and his ability to keep it. I mean, they diced up Wisconsin. I watched that game, and Wisconsin didn't have a prayer against defensively against that offense at Kinnick that night. But now listen, Iowa's still a really good football team, a really good offensive football team with the changes they made at OC. But Caleb Johnson is the engine that makes this offense go. I mean, they're run it. They almost ran it 60 times against Maryland the week before. They'll try to throw it, but they're not going to take any deep shots. We know what Iowa is. It's inside, outside zone, some stretch plays. We get some powers and counters, but then they have you play action off those, and they'll max protect, only keep two guys in the route. But your eyes got to be good. You got to play with good eye discipline. All that play action pass. If you're not, they're gonna hit you over top, and they'll hit their head on the goalpost rather quickly.
I think they're going to be helping on offensive line. They've had some guys that are down. They're of course one of the finalists for the Moore Award for the best offensive line. But what do you like the matchup, Sean?
Yeah, I think for Nebraska, teams that want to run it at them straight, they've been good. Like Kyle Monangai and what Rutgers did. I mean, to hold Ohio State to 1 third-down conversion, to win the short yardage in that game, those are real high points for this Nebraska defense this year. And you know what Iowa's going to do. There's not going to be a lot of window dressing. It's beat your man up front. And you have now a full game to study, their quarterback Jackson Stratton, and what he can do. Where last week you didn't really know what he'd look like in a full game, and there was even some thought that Cade McNamara could return. That's not happening. He is.
No, he said that on social media. Yeah.
He's moving on, and he might go in the portal again.
Right. Yeah. Let's special teams always big, but Kurt Ferentz. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But every time you get to the end of the year, this guy's been coaching for a long time. I mean, it could really be his last game. You never know, regular season game.
He's since, 1999?
1999.
Yeah, he was the first year at Iowa.
Yep.
And same with Phil Parker. I think Phil Parker's been with him the whole time as a DC at Iowa. I tell you what, it's I've got to know. I mean, Iowa recruited me. When I was coming out of high school, met Kirk once. I mean, Iowa was my first offer. Was never going to Iowa, but let me preface that. But a really good man, and his coach. I mean, one of the highest regarded offensive line coaches out there, and he knows what he's doing. And so many guys sent to NFL first-round draft picks. And when you get Kirk Ferentz's teams, you know who it is. You know who they are. They're what they're going to do. They do it really, really well. Not super flashy. They know how to win football games, close football games, special teams, offense, defense. It's all really on point. And I expect a really close matchup and a tough battle at Kinnick on Friday.
Yeah, the best special teams and the least penalized team in the Big Ten. That's what they do.
No, and they win field position. And I think for this game on Friday, the short fields, Brian Buschini needs to be this Brian Buschini that we've seen the last few weeks, because Iowa's going to do that on all their punts. And, a successful drive for Iowa might be getting the ball to about the 40, the 45, and then pinning you inside your own 10-yard line, and then you not doing anything and giving them the ball back and they score. So I think for Nebraska, they've got to play the field position game and know that Iowa is going to be okay with the punt from the 40 if it pins you inside your own 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's what they do. And one of the things they always do too is they get you off balance, right? They get you going one direction, and then you have the little waggle that comes out to the other side. It's just part of their makeup.
It is. They get you over your skis a little bit. They get you going aggressive. They lull you to sleep, really, and that's just what they do, especially offensively. And I can just see the stretch play, then boom. they boot off of it, and I can see all the tight ends from the past. You know, Kittle and all the great tight ends have kept De La Porta, all those guys have come out of Iowa, and just see them, and it's boom, and it's a little 5-yard dump off, and he goes for 20, 30 yards because you have bad eye discipline. Again, Nebraska's going to get tested on that. Singleton, Isaac Giffords have had plays from poor eye disciplines throughout the year. They're going to have to be very on key, and this is a big game for. I always talk about Jamari and Ty and Nash. Isaac Giffords is going to be asked to come down the box in this game. This is going to be a big game for Isaac as well. It's going to have to be on point, tackling, getting Caleb Johnson, arriving with some bad intentions, and gang tackling this game from that secondary too is going to be huge.
Yeah, let's get to our photo winner for this week. Nathan Koch and family celebrating the Huskers' big win over the Badgers. And for this shot, Nathan gets a Nebraska Public Media Sports shirt for sharing that with us. We normally have our viewer questions at this point, of course, but we are taping this early in the day, so I'll give you a couple questions. One of the things I always worry about when you win a big game like that is the perceived letdown sometimes that a team can have. Any concern about that for Nebraska?
I don't think so. I think because defensively they just weren't as good as they wanted to be. I think defensively with some things, I know they're dealing with the flu and some injuries on the back end, but they weren't, like I said, they had some missed opportunities. And I think Tony White will be sure to get that cleaned up. And I think this team does, Coach White, from the psychoanalysis of it, you bring your guys up, early in the week, and then right afterwards you knock them back down and you build them back up. So I think they can do some things defensively to get things, to cleaned up, get them to where you need to go. Offensively, you got momentum going finally. I think you just build on that. So I'm not too concerned. It's a short week. It's Iowa. They know what happened last year. I think the Big Red's going to be ready to play.
Sean, in terms of recruiting, and I know that this game is the most important thing, but you mentioned it earlier with Aaron, the turnaround's going to be quick.
Yeah, Wednesday will be whatever they sign now. It's not really a letter of intent. It's more of a financial agreement.
Right.
It's a contract, more or less.
MOU.
So on Wednesday they'll sign, and Cortez Mills is still one to watch out there. Michael Terry, Chase Lofton. I don't feel great about Nebraska's chances with him right now at this point, but there are a few big targets still out there for this class of 2025 that, things could really go in a hurry. And if Nebraska can win on Friday, man, the NIL momentum, all the things that could happen, there's going to be a lot of people signing up to pay money to help Nebraska's NIL efforts out.
That's a big part of it too, because that's what Troy Dannon said on the show, right? When he was on Big Red Wrap Up, he says, I got a big stadium project coming.
$100 million he's got to raise on his own, so he's, and we'll know more about that, but a win over Iowa, a good bowl trip. Can you imagine how much easier it's going to be to tear down that south end zone?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, anytime you ask people for money, they want a return on their investment. And a return on their investment is going to Tampa for a bowl game.
Wins. You got it. I think if Nebraska would have lost to Wisconsin and come to this one, I tell you what, the apathy really would have set in. It's getting harder to raise that money, but you get this. People are finally kind of see some light at the end of that tunnel. So it's just this. People want that return. You got to see wins. They want to support something that is successful. And you're starting to get that.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, if they get the win on Friday, and then parlay it into a bowl game win, I think Troy Dannon's going to be rather happy. The 1890 fund's going to be rather happy, and I think that stadium project there'll be no problems getting that done.
Yeah, as we said, Caleb Johnson is the key to this thing. They're 7-1 when he's gone over 100 yards this season. Plus, Iowa's been incredible in November, 20 of 23 since 2019. And even better in Kinnick Stadium. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough matchup, but Nebraska's got everything it takes to be able to win it.
Yeah, the momentum's there, and there's a lot of intangibles I mentioned earlier. The zone defense. Dylan Raiola against zone. He has the arm strength to zip the ball through, and Nebraska's receivers have played better.
Yeah.
And Dana Holgorsen surprisingly played against Phil Parker's defense back in 2001. He joked it hasn't changed. So
no doubt.
You got an offensive coordinator that has a pretty good handle on this.
Let's get burning questions.
Can Nebraska's offense travel and play in cold conditions? This will be the first time we've seen Dylan Raiola play in the cold. I'm
going defensively. This is a game the secondary has been spotty. I want to see how Isaac Gifford, Deshaun Singleton, Buford, Hartzog, they're going to be tested. They got to play with good eye discipline, and they got to tackle well. They haven't done that as of late, but this is their final game at Kinnick. Let's see if they can rise to the challenge.
Yeah, my burning question is Caleb Johnson. Can Nebraska limit him? The last time they went against the defense Iowa did, similar to Nebraska's front, was against UCLA, and UCLA held Caleb Johnson to 49 yards. So if Nebraska can do that, I think they'll certainly win the game.